boy, now we're really dragging our tongue across the bottom of the shit barrel. Cruel Jaws, also known as Jaws 5 Cruel Jaws, is an Italian movie directed by the infamous Bruno Mattei under the name William Snyder that was released in 1995. It has nothing to actually do with the Jaws series. The number 5 was just thrown on there for the sake of capitalizing on the name alone. Plot really isn't important here, but I'll sum it up anyway. The mafia and the town mayor are involved in some real estate shit, and they really have their eyes set on the location of an aquarium so they can turn it into a hotel, and will stop at nothing to get it. Even going so far as to try and kill a dolphin with rat poison. Bunch of dicks. Meanwhile, a fucking tiger shark, trained by the Navy as a weapon, gets loose in the waters around their town and starts eating people. Yeah, it's not a joke. And even though throughout the entire movie they keep calling it a tiger shark, every time you see the shark, they use great white footage. Shit, there's even one shot where they use a mako. They don't actually use footage of a tiger shark once in the movie. Couldn't they have gone back to the script and just changed the fucking word tiger to great white for the sake of continuity? No. No one gave a shit. Bruno Mattei was known very well for making some of the shittiest movies throughout his career, many of which tried to cash in off other bigger franchises. He also directed Zombie 3, which had shit all to do with Zombie or Zombie 2, as well as Strike Commando and Strike Commando 2, both of which were pretty much just rip-offs of Rambo. But Cruel Jaws, holy shit. This movie takes it to another level. Not only does it rip footage straight out of pretty much all the Jaws movies, but it also takes scenes from other shitty shark movies like Deep Blood and The Last Shark. Worst of all, a ton of the scenes are lifted straight out of the Jaws movies. There's even a line from Jurassic Park.
Lambs down with his jaws, you've had it.
Oh, come on. All you gotta do is put a bullet in its head and it's fucked, right?
The tiger shark we're looking for is a homicidal maniac. When it attacks here, in the middle of your belly and your guts are out, the trouble is, you're still alive when he starts eating you. Now that you know, you should have more respect for him.
Hell, even some of the characters are lifted from Jaws, complete with a chief of police, a marine biologist, and a seedy mayor. But here are some better examples, just to prove my point.
What a big mouth.
I'm not saying that it isn't him. It probably is. They're very ferocious and very rare in these waters. But the fact of the matter is, Dak, this Jaws fan just doesn't convince me.
No, wait. What are you saying here?
You aren't talking nonsense, boy. You've been seeing too many movies.
You want to be sure, Mayor? You want to be sure, Mr. Lewis? All you have to do then is open him up and see what's in his stomach.
It's an explosion.
And it doesn't end there. Even the fucking music. Just listen. That's clearly Star Wars. Man, Bruno just didn't have any shame at all. Now, as shitty as this movie is, because it's so badly written and acted, and just in general how it was made, it does make for an entertaining watch.
I'm the person in charge of pussy. I have to, check your credentials.
I love this shot where the cop comes out of what is clearly an apartment with a fucking police sticker stuck on the door to probably the greatest musical score I've ever heard. Also, every scene with the shark is a fucking sight to behold. It's some of the most awful effects I've ever seen, but I laughed my ass off every time they showed it. Now keep in mind, these scenes are taken from The Last Shark, so I can't even credit Bruno for how bad the shark looks. To get the full effect, you need to see the real movie. But unlike Brody's heroic moment in Jaws, which is one of the greatest finales in film history, this chief goes out in fitting shitty fashion. He hooks bait to the bottom of a helicopter and then acts surprised when the shark grabs the bait and starts pulling the chopper down.
He's gotta be over 8 meters long! We need a bigger helicopter!
You stupid son of a bitch. With that said, it takes a while for the movie to actually kick off and get exciting. I mean, you can laugh at the characters and how bad the acting is, but the shark attacks don't really start until the races begin, almost 50 minutes into the fucking movie. There is a great scene, though, where the shark attacks their boat, but I mean, just look at this. That is awesome. The climax is a complete piece of shit. I gave Up From the Depths shit for how dark and hard it was to see the ending, but this is like 100 times worse, mainly because it lasts longer and comes out of nowhere. Different characters keep jumping in the water, other ones come up. I honest to God couldn't tell who was even doing what because it's just so fucking murky. When the shark does explode, you get this quick shot of its head blowing up, and then the rest of the footage is just ripped from other movies anyway, so it's not like I missed much. Cruel Jaws sucks. Real hard. It's really just a badly written and directed mashup of movies that you've already seen. To get the full effect of that shitty shark model though, you're gonna need to watch The Last Shark, which I will be getting into at some point. Now that doesn't mean it's not entertaining, cause painful as it is for me to say, this movie is fun to watch, but in a train wreck sort of way. Like someone is standing on the tracks and you want to yell for them to move, but deep down, you want to see it nail them.